Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Destiny from Desphixs and welcome back to another video in the e-commerce project using Django. In this one, we'll get started working with review management in Django vendor dashboard. That is what we're working on. Hopefully you will enjoy the video and learn something new. So let's get started. Begin by opening up your code editor and come over to views PY. And now let's write a couple of views that will help us manage the reviews. Very first thing I need is the login required, and I want to write a reviews function that is going to help us list out all the reviews that we have gotten for a particular product. So I'm going to say request. Okay, instead of fetching all the reviews for a particular product, we can fetch all the reviews that we have gotten on the platform. Okay, so I'm going to say reviews should be equal to store models dot reviews dot objects dot filter by product underscore vendor should be equal to request.user. I believe I have explained the lookup field in the tutorials when we're working with product lists, when we're working with the dashboard function. So after you have done this, that is pretty much what we want to do. So based on the fact that we will be filtering reviews by rating and also by dates, maybe oldest to newest or newest to oldest, let's go ahead and write the simple logic to do that. So we'll be fetching rating from the front end, and to get that, I will say request.get and it will be called rating, and also date. So we want to also filter reviews by date, maybe the oldest review to the newest or newest to the oldest. Okay, so after getting those two things, let's check if rating was actually triggered by the vendor to check, maybe fetch all the reviews that has only 3-star rating or fetch all the reviews that has 4-star rating. That means rating exists. What we want to do is go ahead and update the reviews. So I'm going to say reviews should be equal to reviews.filter by rating should be equal to rating. As simple as that. What if a user wants to fetch rather a vendor, what if a vendor wants to fetch the reviews by the oldest to the newest or the newest to the oldest? So we say dates, and then we say reviews should be equal to reviews dot this one, let's use an order by date. So we'll use the order by dates. Now don't worry yourself about this, okay? When we get to the front end, I will show you how we work with this and how it will get sent to the back end and how that will work all together. All right, so now let's create a new context, and we have to pass in reviews here, reviews. Let's also create a template. I don't want to type all that out, so I'll basically just copy it from one that we have already created in the past. Change the template's name from coupons.html to reviews.html. Let's also write the very simple logic to update the reviews reply. So I'm going to say update underscore reply, updates reply, and here I'm going to say requests and ID. Very good. And now what I want to say here is review should be equal to store models dot review dot objects dot get. So we're basically using get because we're trying to fetch one item, just one. So I'm going to say get ID should be ID. Very good. Now we need to check if requests dot method is equal to post. Let's grab the reply that the vendor will be typing into the template. I'm going to say reply should be equal to requests dot posts dot get, and it will be called reply in the front end. Okay, then I'm going to say review dot reply should be equal to reply. Very good. Then over here, all I just need to say is review dot save, and after that we should return some messages to the front end, and I'm going to copy that, and over here I will just say reply added, and I want to return back to the reviews page. Good. That is everything that we want to do. It doesn't get easier than this. Okay, so in the URLs, let's create the URLs for this. So over here I'm gonna say this should be for reviews. I just want to copy this for reference so I don't have to retype, but instead just change. I'm changing the name to reviews and also the route to reviews. And for the updates, reply, not coupon, but reply. The name is going to be updates reply. The route is going to be updates reply, but with an ID to identify the review that we are trying to write a reply on. Okay, does that make sense? So after all this, let's open up the reviews.html in the Z raw template. Here you go. So I'm just going to copy this, or you could even just copy the file and paste it in our templates vendor folder. And now that we have done this, let's open up the sidebar HTML for the vendor and change up the URL from this dummy URL here to this one. And instead of this, I'm going to say reviews. And remember this class, we also need to add this class. Okay. So I'm going to take this class and add it just down here. Good. The reviews, I need to change this to reviews and we should be done. Good. You can see that we only have notification and profile left, and we'll be done with the vendor dashboard after we have also worked with creating and updating of products. All right, we are making a progress. Very good one. So now when we get back here and reload this page, we should be able to see that, yep, we don't have any error. So clicking on this will open up this page for us. Doesn't really look good, so let's fix it up. You can open up the coupons and grab, let me see, take this extends code and this end block and open up your reviews HTML, and you want to put it here too. So here and here. Good. So let me see. That is everything that we have. Good. So now when we get back here and reload this page, it should look way better. The only thing that is missing now is the sidebar. So take sidebar from here. The sidebar, I'm going to take it and put it in the reviews. You should see a section that asks for sidebar placeholder. So replace it with this. After you've done that, let's reload our page and see. There you go. This looks way more better, right? You can see coupon looks like this. Reviews looks like this. So let's change the reviews count placeholder to how many reviews that we actually have. So instead of this, I'm going to say reviews.count. And to loop through the reviews, let me see. Okay, we have 2 reviews. Nice. So let's loop through the reviews before we start working with the filtering. In the list, we need to write a for loop here. So we're going to say for review in reviews. So you could either use, just like I've been saying, if you want, you could use the for r in reviews, or you could use the for reviews in reviews. It's totally up to you which one you want to use. We could even say for r, and it's going to work perfectly well. Okay, so just take this end for and wrap it around this li tag. And now over here, we should be able to see 2 reviews show up. This and this. Very, very good. Let's start changing up the informations that are contained in these 2 reviews, starting with the username placeholder. For this one, I'll just say r.user.username type title. So the title will basically capitalize the first character here. So instead of it being small, it will be uppercase. For dates, let's change up the dates. I'm going to say r.dates. Let's see what we have. Very long date, I know. I don't want to show the time. I just want to show October 7th, 2024. So what I'm going to do is create a filtering and say show only the day, month, and year. Good. Now when you reload, see, we show only the day, month, and year. Good. If you want to show October before 7th, just swap this. Show month before day. It's up to you how you want to format the time. Okay. And for the star routine over here, I already have the code snippet for us. So let's get to the 0 templates reviews HTML. And just at the bottom here, you can see this piece of code. So please just take this. These are things that we've been writing throughout this tutorial. So I don't want to keep repeating myself. Okay. And I don't think you should do the same too. So as soon as you paste this down here, very explanatory, self-explanatory code that I've explained in the other ones. You can see that we have 4 stars showing up here and 2 stars showing up here. Very good. The only problem I think I'm encountering right now is with the, let me see, there is an issue. Okay, so there seems to be one div that is missing. This div over here is for this one. So what is this one for? Nothing. Remove that. And let's reload our code again. And yep, everything is looking very good now. So let's start changing up things. For what products did we actually make this review for? So for, how do we change that up? Instead of product name placeholder, just say r.products.name, and then you could write the review here. So the review should be the actual review, and the reply should be this, that when you click it opens this up. Okay, but can you see it's opening up the both of them? I don't really like that. So for that, let's see, what we can do is, see this id placeholder keyword here, please change it to r.id. okay, and copy this and also change it here, id placeholder, change the id placeholder keyword to r.id, so that it knows how to target each review independently without, see, now when you click on this, oh well, it's not working. Okay, that's bad. Let's see what's going on. All right, I think we must have had an issue here too. Please change this to r.id. That is for the div with the class of collapse. Change its id to collapse r.id. Good. Now that is going to distribute the id. Whenever we click on this, it knows which one to open, so as this one also. Very good. Now for the reply, instead of this reply placeholder, I'm just going to say r.reply. Good. And text danger here, I'm just going to say text dark. Okay, I don't want to show text danger. And let's reload this. All right, this one doesn't have any reply, this one has a reply. So if we don't have any reply for anyone, let's just say no reply, so that the vendor knows that, hey, this review doesn't have any reply yet. See that? No reply, but this one has a reply. Now let's work with the responding, so that we can respond to the customers. So I'm going to say URL and vendor updates underscore reply, and over here we just need to say r.id. The input should have a name of reply. Please make sure of that. The button should have a type of submit, and the form must have a CSRF token, or there's going to be an issue. So now let's try it out. Oops, an error. God. Let's see our views. Update reply has an ID here, which means URLs too will need update reply to have an ID here. Oh, what's going on? Let's check out our reviews again. Oh, I said r.rid instead of r.id. Hopefully you saw that before me. Now when we reload our page, good, everything is working well. So when you say thanks for the review, and then you send this, you should now see reply added, and now instead of it showing no reply, it shows thanks for the review. And we can also reply this and say thanks buddy, and when we save, you can see the review has been updated to say thanks buddy. Now let's work with the review filter, and we should be done. So over here at the top, let's look, what do we need to do? So yeah, okay, leave the form to still be get, that's okay, and select should have a name of rating. I think everything looks okay over here. We want to filter from rating *1 to *5. The same thing for this one. You can see that the value here is minus date, and this one value is date. And I specifically did this because in Django needs to order items by minus, and also there's no need to add the plus, just add the default value. So over here, let me show you date. Django can either say reviews.order by minus date or date. That is why if you take a close look here, you'll see that I'm filtering by minus date or date. So if the user selects newest, we will take this minus date here and inject it into this place. Does that make sense? That is why we saved it here. And that is why we are not putting in a string here, but instead a variable that will be dynamic. Okay, does that make sense? So that means if we reload this page now and say, whoops, what went on? Let's see what happened. Okay, so if we reload this page and say, hey, I want to filter only the 3 stars, and we click the search button, see, we only fetch the 3 star. Now, if you say get me the 4 star, and we click on this, we get the 4 star, right? If you click on it again, we just the rating, we get all the rating. And if you want to sort rating, these 2 ratings were created the same day, so it might be difficult to know. This one is nice products, this one is some language here. So I'm just going to filter by newest. Let's see if that worked. Oh yeah, it sure did. Can you see nice products now went to the bottom and this came to the top, even though it was created the same day, but the time must have been different. So that is why the newest came to the top, and when you filter by the oldest is going to go to the bottom. That is pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and learned something new. If you have any question, if you have any issue, let me know in the comment section below, or you could also shoot email to desphixs@gmail.com, and I'll be very happy to help and reply to your messages as soon as I see them. That is going to be it. Desphixs will almost be live. Check out links in the description below. Drop in your email at desphixs.io, and as soon as we launch, you'll be the first in line to receive a notification, and you'll start testing out the tools that were specially built to help you become a better programmer. All the links to everything that I've said will be in the link in the description below. That is going to be it for now. I hope to see you in the next video, and until then, mad love, peace out.